Now to more breaking news. The Department of Homeland Security says immigration authorities will temporarily still enforce Title 42, even though a judge just blocked it. Title 42 is a Trump-era policy issued by the CDC at the beginning of the pandemic to give Customs and Border Protection the power to expel migrants right away to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement, quote, "In response to the court's order, the Department of Justice is filing an unopposed stay motion. The delay in implementator of the court's order will allow the government to prepare for an orderly transition to new policies at the border." But to be clear, under the unopposed motion, Title 42 would remain in place for some period. During the period of this freeze, we will prepare for an orderly transition to new policies at the border. And now we want you to stop what you're doing and just take a look at your screen. Even though DHS is saying Title 42 will still be enforced temporarily, ABC 7's crew in Juarez tonight capturing this video showing many migrants in Juarez crossing the Rio Grande. And as you can see, the river did have some water in it. It wasn't deep, but it did have a strong current. We saw men, women, and children crossing the river using the rocks as their bridge. But take a look, this woman with a little kid in her arms struggling to stay on her feet as she's crossing. No one was seriously hurt, but we did see dozens of migrants crossing into the U.S. There's the moment she loses her balance there. Crossing into the U.S. and turning themselves into Border Patrol. This all happening near the Stanton Bridge, where hundreds of Venezuelan migrants have been camping for weeks. Many were refusing to move to Juarez shelters because they say they were waiting for the possibility of being allowed in. And right across that camp on the U.S. side, El Paso Border Patrol agents have a processing center, which you can see here just on the other side. It's been there for months now. Immigration's authorities use buses as offices to process migrants, ask them questions, run criminal background checks, and the migrants are then transported on those buses, and CBP releases them into the community. For the past few weeks, asylum seekers who were allowed into the U.S. would then travel to other parts of the country. When the news broke of Title 42 being blocked, some migrants told us they wanted to wait a few days to cross. Some said they wanted to do this in an organized manner. However, some did not know Title 42 had been blocked. We broke the news to some of them.
Es una alegría que nos estamos enterando en este momento sobre la noticia sobre lo del juez, sobre el título 42 y bueno, de verdad que estamos muy alegres. Esperemos que estos hechos se sigan dando en el día, que sean noticias buenas.
He's saying he's happy to learn of the news at that very moment. He's also said that he's very grateful for all the help they've received from Juarez residents. For weeks, they provided them with food and clothes. He's also said he's grateful for what's happening after traveling thousands of miles, including what he described as the most dangerous jungle in the world.
The blocking of Title 42 by a federal judge leaves questions open for El Paso city and county leaders about what's going to come next regarding the expected surge of migrants at the border. ABC 7's Jason McNabb joins us live from the border to give us insight into what county and city officials are saying. Jason.
That's right, Stephanie. Now, while Title 42 is set to expire at some point, city and county leaders say that it's going to be a tough task to process a potential 3,500 migrants per day who may try to cross the border once the ruling is lifted.
It's a federal crisis on the shoulders of a local community.
El Paso County Judge Samaniego says the county has been preparing for the lifting of the health order, but it will be hard to manage what's to come. However, he said the county is looking to expand their processing center to help with the potential influx of migrants.
That we're trying to purchase a building right in front of Rescue Mission. So we're doing everything that we can to make it, manageable, but it's not going to be easy for our community.
This comes just less than a month after the city shut down their processing center. They told us that the number of Venezuelan migrants had decreased and it was no longer needed. Back in September, hundreds of Venezuelan migrants were coming over the border. CBP illegally had to release them into the streets because shelters were out of space. This led the city to create the processing center, which helped the migrants travel quickly to their destinations in other parts of the U.S. Later, the Biden administration ruled that Title 42 applied to the Venezuelan migrants, which helped the crossings to dip significantly. Title 42 originally applied to migrants from certain countries. Title 42 being blocked is a concern for the city, but they say they have already asked FEMA for funds to reopen their processing center if need be. Now, once again, both the city and the county have said that CBP have not received a finalized version of the federal court's order, but added that they will be utilizing Title 42 until told otherwise. For now, reporting at the U.S.-Mexico border south of downtown El Paso, I'm Jason McNabb, ABC 7.
All right, Jason, thank you. And politicians reacted to the blocking of Title 42 earlier today. El Paso Congresswoman Veronica Escobar issued a statement. She said, quote, "For too long, members of Congress have championed Title 42 as a solution to the challenges we face at the southern border and as a substitute for real and meaningful immigration reform. It is neither." Texas Governor Greg Abbott tweeted, quote, "This will further signal to cartels, human smugglers, illegal immigrants that the border is wide open, inciting more violence and lawlessness. Disastrous." CBP's website shows Title 42 has been used more than 2.2 million times to expel migrants since March of 2020, when the policy was first implemented.